This segment is sponsored by TJ Homes. Buying your first home can feel like an overwhelming challenge. All those first-time questions. Where do I look? What can I afford? Is now the right time? Well, Tammy Jo Budzinski from TJ Homes has helped a lot of first-time home buyers answer those questions and so many more. And she is here now with some tips for buying your first home. It's good to see you, TJ.
Nice to see you too. How are you?
I am doing well. I think that with today's market, probably it's even more daunting for first-time home buyers. And I imagine that you're kind of the voice of reason as they kind of fret a bit about what they're getting into.
Absolutely. It's all about the coaching coming into this market as to what to expect so that you know how to prepare and you're not disappointed by results that aren't going to happen quite yet.
Yes. Well, you have put together some terrific tips, and I want to tick through a few of them for folks so they know. And speaking of being the voice of reason and kind of helping, sharing your expertise and walking people through, that is your first tip, and that is get a realtor you know and trust.
Well, and that's just it. If you're going to go on Zillow or Truly or realtor.com, you don't know who you're getting. And, I'm not here to pat myself on the shoulder. There are fantastic realtors in our area. But what you have to understand is that with all these realtors, 20% of the realtors do 80% of the work. So if you're aligning with one of those top 20s, then you're going to be in pretty good hands.
Yeah.
If you're finding them as part-time, they are not going to understand the market and be up to date for how to coach you or have the capability of taking care of you the way that you need to be taken care of.
Good point. All right. Tip number 2, don't get caught in the bling. I like bling, TJ.
I know you do. So with bling, that's exactly what it is. Catherine likes the sparkle, right? And most people do too. And so when people are getting their homes prepared to sell, what do you think they're going to be adding to the most? Do you think they're going to be adding a new furnace for you? Probably not. They're going to add that sparkle that gets your attention. New faucet, new paint. So I want you to be prepared that when you go in there, what is necessary? Good roofs, foundations. We go into that whole different food group. We can do another segment on that we cover. But we want to make sure we don't get caught up in that bling, that we lose sight of what is truly important and going to cost you money to make that home even affordable later.
You say don't get caught in the race. What do you mean by that?
This market, if you've been paying attention, even as a new home buyer, it's very fast paced. And people can be competitive. Okay, I'm never such that way, right? So you know me better than that. So with that being said, it's not about winning. It's about finding the right house, the right time for you at the right price. And so I don't want a buyer to get caught up in the winning. Hey, I want it, but I overpaid by $50,000.
Yes.
And that's what that mentality is.
Got it. And you also say stop looking for unicorns.
So we have, and part of our buyer consultation that we do with all of our clients, it ranges from anywhere from 30 minutes up to an hour, depending how many questions somebody has. We talk about the unicorns. In this market, when there's not a lot of inventory, people are looking for their number 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the absolute best, we're waiting on that 10. Well, guess what? That's our unicorn. They don't exist. We usually write offers on what we consider a 7, an 8, and a 9. And if I'm looking at a home with a couple, one house might be a 6 for him and a 10 for her, or a 9 for her. So we offer based upon where that ranks for them. The higher up the scale, the better we offer. The lower down the scale, maybe not as aggressive. But if you're looking for that number 10, you're not going to find it. That's what you bring to the house, how you make those changes.
That's right. You put it up to a 10. Okay. Well, I want to let folks know that Tammy Jo has put together another 15 tips, and these are good tips. They're in her blog post on her website right now. If you're a first-time home buyer, you owe it to yourself to get in there and read more about it. It is tjhomes.com, and it says blog up at the top of the page. Click on that. You'll find that article. Tammy Jo, so good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me on.